Varsity House Podcast here at Hall of Fame Village, Canton, Ohio. Co-host Caroline Rice, and then our special guest, former Ohio State coach, Jim Tressel. So I appreciate you coming on for one, and it's a beautiful day out here. We got a great day out here, and obviously a former Ohio State coach, national champion, but now also you just previously got done at Youngstown being the president there. And so update us on like what you're doing now and what you're into.
I ended February 1st at Youngstown State, and so I've kind of flunked retirement since then. I've been busier than when I was president or head coach, but I get to see so many more of the guys. It's great to see Devin and Braxton and Lucas, Fox, they got their children out here. Brett Daly's got his, and so one of the goals after 48 years in higher education and working 7 days a week, I decided, I need some days where I can get out and see my guys because they're growing up, they're having families, and they're making a difference in their communities, and I don't get to see it. So a lot of what I've been doing, I was just with Ryan Shazier at his foundation dinner in Pittsburgh, and then we were on the James Cancer Buckeye Cruise and here and there. And so Ellen told me the other day, she said, I think we're working harder than we did when we were working.
I love it. Now, speaking of Devin Jordan, who is now the president of Beyond the Game, he is coaching at Ohio State. What is that like from your perspective? You talked about seeing them grow up and having families. Devin, who obviously played for you, he started his coaching career under you. What is it like to see him now doing this and coaching at Ohio State as well?
That's probably the most rewarding thing. People would ask me all the time, what's your best victory and which ring do you like best and this and that. And the best thing is watching the Devin Jordans of the world go out and make a difference. Braxton, go out and make a difference. Corey Brown coming out here, wanting to make a difference. And that's the victories, and it's seeing the kind of men they've become, and parents and family and fathers and community difference makers. That's why we do that. That's why football creates that family, that brotherhood, that it's the greatest team game known to man, and just proud of what Devin and all those guys are doing.
You talked about the brotherhood. What does it say about just how real that is and how evident it is when you're here today and you see Devin Jordan Beyond the Game and Braxton Miller charging, combining a camp here, and just the experience that they're providing for the youth? What does that say about just how real the brotherhood is when you come to an event like this?
Oh, no question. When you come to see one of them, you're going to see a lot of them. I was just last week in Columbus, and Roy Hall was having an event, and so we had Antonio Smith and Nate Sally and Tyson Gentry. You're going to get to see a bunch of guys because it is a brotherhood. When one of them calls, they go and help the other one. And what's cool is they're all trying to make a difference to youth, to communities, and so that's been as much fun as anything, is seeing that brotherhood together.
Now, talk to me about this camp and just what it's like for you personally to be here and be involved in this, and why intrinsically it's important for you to give back to the community and to stay in contact with these guys in this way.
It's fun to see our guys, of course, but it's really fun to see the little people. And, they're smiling and they're excited. And I asked them, where are you going to go to high school? And they said, Ohio State. I said, no, where are you going to go to high school? Yeah. But, they're so excited about the Ohio State, the magnetism to that. And, who knows if they really wanted to come out here and run around, but it was Ohio State, it was Devin Jordan, it was Braxton Miller, it was all those things, and it's great for them because we need more young Americans. And we've got girls out there too. It's not like this is,
Right.
We need more people understanding. They're finding out tonight it's hard work. They're finding out sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're hungry, sometimes you're not in first place. We need more young people getting the realities that football brings and having the dreams that being around a Braxton Miller or a Devin Jordan allows them to have.
Now I want to touch on your background a little bit, diving into your dad was a coach at Baldwin Wallace, and then how much did his impact on you, influence to where you are today, but now taking that impact and taking that influence to now influencing guys like Devin Jordan, who's a coach now at Ohio State as well.
I could tell at an early age that he was making a difference in his players' lives. He was important to his university. It was important to the community. I thought, man, that's a pretty neat thing to see if you could make a difference in all those various venues. And so I decided I wanted to go be a coach. I thought I was going to be a high school coach, but that never happened. I ended up coaching 37 years in college, and than being a president and so forth. But making a difference for young people and seeing if you can create that enthusiasm at your university, in your community. Watching my dad do it, I was convinced that's a pretty good gig.
You want to keep going? Are you good? Are you good on time or?
No, I'm good on time. If you got another question.
Oh yeah, we got. All right, good. I know that.
You said you were going to do the dropping point. He fumbled the dropping.
What dropping point?
You said when we get to that point, we'll get a good. We'll drop.
That was
off.
That was about it.
That was
the first thing that you talked about was. Do you remember the first thing you talked about?
What you've been up to since.
Yeah, he said he was more busy and stuff like that.
Start like the very first, I think the first 2 minutes.
Oh, did we miss it?
It was something on the audio over.
All right, so just like reintroduce it.
Question be caught on camera, but a little bit of yours.
Okay, bet.
So
we'll just say.
Chime in at all, or it's just them, just their intro?
It was just up to.
Okay, good.
We're just I got you.
Okay.
See, in a game, we don't get a do-over.
You don't get a do-over.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
it's a turnover. Now we lose.
This is live news. You don't get a do-over. Huh?
Oh, I do have another question Braxton wants me to touch on too, but just finished up at YSU back in February, and now we're out here at the camp. You're with your former players. What have you been up to since you've been done and since you have more time on your hands?
I've often said that we flunked retirement. I've been busier than when I was a president or a coach, but the best part is being with my guys. Our goal was we want to be available for those people who made a difference in our lives and our careers, and so being out here with Devin and Braxton and Corey and Ryan and Brett Daly, and that's what we've been doing a lot of all over the country really, is reconnecting with our guys. And I've got guys that are out there and coaching too. I was just with Marcus Freeman the other night, the head coach at Notre Dame.
That's my guy.
That's your guy?
Mm-hmm.
I was just with Ryan Day, and spending time with him and Luke Fickle and all those guys. So when you get to a certain stage in life, you hit the big 7-0. I'm 70 now. Okay?
Congrats.
You hit the big 7-0. It's time to go back and reconnect with the people that helped you get there.
Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about, you've been fortunate enough to be in a couple of leadership positions, obviously head coach and then president. What was the biggest difference there? And did you miss being able to have that, that hands-on impact that you had as a coach to now you probably had to step back a little bit and oversee everything? What was the biggest difference there?
Well, believe it or not, being a president was busier because instead of having 100 guys and a dozen coaches, I had 12,000 students and 2,000 employees, and what each of them do is important to them. And they want you at their events. They want you supporting what they're doing. And so it was difficult being as hands-on, but the best part was instead of only having 100 students, I had 12,000. So I got to see a whole bunch of students and get to know them and watch them grow. And I wouldn't say one was better than the other. They were both wonderful. It was probably a little harder to be a president, though, just because of the magnitude, but both were a lot of fun.
I can't even imagine you said that it's harder because of the magnitude when Ohio State, 100,000+ every weekend, and the fan base, the community there is rowdy. So that's actually interesting you said that. But touching on, obviously coaching a little bit more, how often, or if you're able to get back to Ohio State and, not only give back to former players at the camp, but also give back to the, the university?
Well, I just, back in April, had a chance to go to the coaches clinic, and we had a panel discussion. It was Coach Meyer, myself, Coach Day, Coach Cooper, and Kirk Herbstreit was the moderator. And we had a lot of fun, just, interacting and spinning yarns and seeing 800 or 900 high school coaches, many of them that I knew, and having a chance to talk with them. And so as often as I can, it was hard the 9 years I was a college president because, it was 7 days a week. You couldn't get back as much. So I'm hoping between Ohio State, Youngstown State, my guys coaching elsewhere, I hope I get a chance to be around a lot of places.
We do have to touch on this before we get done. So I interviewed Braxton a couple weeks ago, and just do some research, I found out you recruited him while he was in middle school. So I definitely want to touch on that a little bit, and how'd you get out there and how'd you find that talent at such a young age?
Well, the high school coaches are excited about their upcoming people. And Coach Minton I knew for years and years and years, and he said, you got to see this guy. And so we saw him, whoa, he's something. Then, on a different note, his father had a medical situation and was at Ross Hart Hospital when Braxton was in 9th grade. And I got to spend a little bit more time with him there and get to know him as a person, get to know him when, it was a difficult time, not just throwing the football, but, you're worried about the health of your father. And so just grew to get to know him and so proud of what he's done on the field. But all of our guys know this. Their life is going to be way more what they do off the field than on. Now, they might get paid better on the field, but they're going to make more impact off the field.
I think you finished it perfect. That was a great closeout.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to say why we're here, how important it is for everyone to be here, and what it speaks about what Devin has done with Beyond the Game and Braxton with his charging brand as well. I mean, it's on display here today for sure.
Cool.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. It was a pleasure
to be with the professionals.
Yeah,
I was with those amateur guys that were coaching football.
Yeah.
Now I'm with the professionals.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again, and hopefully go longer next time. But for sure. Yeah. And it was great to finally meet you and be in front of you, because I've watched you from afar. Honestly, I grew up a Michigan fan, but
we changed that.
Yeah, you did. You just
had
did.
No choice.
You
had no choice.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about me. I'm born and raised, so you already know.
But no, it was great. Meeting you in person, and I wish you well in your retirement, and hopefully you get a little bit more time to yourself.
Well, you know what? I enjoy doing what I want to do, and I'd really rather be with these guys.
That's amazing. Just the connections I'm sure you've made just throughout the years.
Gosh.
And
I got 5,700 numbers in my phone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
I got a lot of catching up.
Yeah, a lot.
And so if you call me, I'm not picking up because I don't have your number. So
that's fair.
Right? I don't pick up just a random 740 or whatever you are.
I'm 216.
Oh, I don't pick up a random 216.
Yeah, you don't pick up
or 614.
Okay.
I just don't pick it up. If you're not in my top 5,700.
Wow.
I think after this we probably we might have moved. We might got a 5,600. We might be at 5,600 right there.
Yeah.
Really, this is a question for me. Being from Cleveland, how much did that impact your life?
Oh, I love being from Cleveland. I was an Indians guy, a Browns guy, and I spent from age 5 to 22 in Cleveland. So people ask me where I'm from. I'm from Cleveland.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
CLE,
yeah.
216.
You already know, and that's where some of the best talent come from.
A lot of good talent. Yeah. But as the coach at Ohio State, you got to say, "Ooh, it's good in Columbus, and it's good in Cincinnati, it's good in Dayton." You got to say it's good everywhere.
Everywhere.
In Ohio. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
In Ohio, just preference. But
right.
No, but this was fun. This was easy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
it.
Yeah.
Great meeting you.